Yo, what up, Comic Guy Soundwave? So I saw in the news today that Guy Ninja, who's like apparently a huge streamer on Twitch and gets like tons of fucking views. I think he's like at least, if he's not their top guy, like one of their top 5 has left, and he's gone to Mixer, which I found very interesting. Not because of him or what he plays, that does not concern me in the slightest. I'm not into that stuff, but Twitch as of lately has come under fire for some shit. If you don't know, there is a person on Twitch named Alinity, and apparently she was playing Apex Legends or something like that, and apparently her cat ran across her keyboard while she was streaming, and she took the cat and she basically threw it over the chair over her head, and nothing happened. And a lot of people were outraged about this. Not only to mention PETA, even like Ricky Gervais even said something, the guy from the UK office. I think he's like a huge cat lover or something other, but there was a lot of people who were genuinely upset about this. Nothing happened. Nothing happened to her. Similar situation, one girl is doing the exact same thing, takes the cat and throws it over her head and throws it over her chair. She's banned. Now, the difference between these two is one is a very small channel on Twitch and one is a huge channel on Twitch. One is a moderately attractive girl, one would consider a very attractive girl. This attractive girl brings in numbers, views, and money. And honestly, that's all they should really care about, right? The worst even part about all this is the people that were bringing these things to the light and talking about the Alinity situation, which is the more popular Twitch streamer, they were being banned by bringing the subject up. So if you had any thoughts on that situation and you were bringing it to light, you were banned from it. You weren't allowed to speak about this topic. So this is not an uncommon occurrence. This goes on for YouTube or what have you. It's not an even level playing field anymore. It's if you're making the money, you're making the views and all that stuff, like rules just don't apply to you. That's just how it goes and that's how it will ever be. And from a business point, I kind of understand that. But with their top guy leaving, I do think that this is a kind of response to that in some regard. Now, he's gone to Mixer, which I really don't understand that. I've never seen Mixer as a huge platform. Maybe I'm just blind to the whole streaming thing. I don't stream much. I don't really watch other people stream. It's not like my favorite form of entertainment. I watch buddies that I know stream to kind of give them support when they like to do that, and I've streamed from time to time, but for me to sit down and just watch a random person stream a game is just not my cup of tea. It is for a lot of people and a lot of interesting gentlemen who find their kicks on donating money to girls who pay them zero attention. So that's what Twitch is mostly kind of migrated and evolved to. It's almost like a cam girl site where these girls wear low-cut shirts, have their boobs and butts exposed, bending over for reasons, and that's what their content mainly consists of. Most people who stream games that I've seen and are serious about it will have their box of themselves somewhat moderate, and then most of it showing the gameplay because this is a gaming site, right? But these girls, they put the gameplay so microscopic in the corner. Is it really even their gameplay? I don't want to get into all that, but it's them just showing off their body and doing things for money, and it's basically turned into a softcore porn site. That's what it has turned into. Twitch even just allowed breastfeeding on their site. This is a gaming fucking streaming site. Breastfeeding is okay because it's natural. They know what they're doing. You know what you're doing. It's become very rampant. It's become almost a meme and a joke all into itself. All of these girls exposing their bodies and what have you. And you know, it's really disappointing for the people who are on there who really care about what they're doing and streaming and bringing entertainment, being funny, playing games, and being the most interesting person that they could possibly be. Those people don't matter to them unless they're bringing in the bucks. Also, I found it very funny. Apparently, I didn't really go and verify this for myself, speaking of verify, but apparently a couple hours after that Ninja guy made his switch to Mixer exclusively, they took away his verified badge on Twitch. I think they might be a little salty. I didn't confirm that, so that's kind of hearsay, but I wouldn't see that as being something that Twitch wouldn't do. Twitch seems to be the type of people who are like those weirdos in the chat room who only like to watch these girls with their boobs out and fucking donate to them. Because clearly they're giving special treatment to these ladies and their preferred way to make money on their platform. It's definitely not a good look, Twitch. It's not a good look, and it's not going to be a good look going forward, especially when you have your main guy who's walking away for your site with all these recent things that have happened. You clearly having bias towards people on your site, especially these thoughts who are basically showing their body for money. It's not a good look, Twitch. It's definitely not a good look. And the worst part is you got these white knights on here who will defend these ladies up and down. It's sad. It's pathetic. I don't understand that lifestyle. It obviously makes a lot of sense to some people. I mean, these ladies are so rich. They have Porsches, they have Lamborghinis, gigantic houses, all from sitting in a chair showing off their body. It blows my mind, but I guess it makes a lot of sense to some individuals out there in that world. And the last thing I can say about that is I'll pray for you. I won't pray for you, but still, you know, you're a retard. That's about the best way I can put it. I'm not gonna pray for you. You're a retard. But he left, man. And I mean, like I said, I don't know anything other than this guy is supposed to be a huge Twitch streamer, and I think that's setting a very clear message to Twitch, like, well, fuck, we done fucked up. And this Alinity chick also, there was a point in time where she gave her cat vodka. She put vodka in her mouth and then fed it to her cat from her mouth. The cat clearly was in disarray about it and shaking its head and going violent and jumped away. It wasn't clearly something that he wanted, and I don't think you should give any animal any alcohol in any regard, but apparently she did this, no punishment whatsoever. Now that this cat thing has come into light, when that thing was brought up, she was like, man, it was in the past. Does it matter? Well, you know what? If I fucking killed someone a couple of years ago, does it matter? It was in the past. Absolutely. There's people in jail for shit that they've done forever ago, and they're still being punished. So that was her kind of response to it. There was another guy who was on Twitch apparently, and he has a catfish for a pet. I don't know. Twitch just seems to be like fucking cuckoo land. But he had a catfish, and the fish jumped out of his hand. Not that he threw it down, not that he stomped on it or anything like that. The fish jumped out of his hand. He was banned for that. He was banned for that. This lady physically took an animal and threw it. I did find that very, very interesting, especially with all the things that's happened in the last couple of days, weeks with Twitch. They're building up to this huge reputation of how they're handling their site, especially as of that Alinity situation. I think that might have been the icing on the cake, but it's clear they have a very set bias towards certain people, mostly women, and there are gentlemen on this site who have also been banned for speaking up against these women or even making fun of these women. They're banned as well. So it seems like some of the people who are in charge of Twitch really might need to rethink who is in charge of their site and maybe restructure a little bit and get Twitch back to, I think, maybe what it was supposed to be, or maybe this is what it always was. I've never really paid attention to Twitch. I know a lot of people migrated there after the whole YouTube thing, and I'm not really a huge subscriber of watching streams either, so that mindset also doesn't work for me. So, you know, I mean, people clearly love it. There's clearly a market for it, but you are completely destroying your site at this point, I think. Is it really going to go away? Is it really going to damage them in the end of the day? No, absolutely not. You've still got the fedora wearing gentlemen who are going to tip these ladies for this stupidness and ridiculous fucking shit that they do and lead them on to give them and for them to accept their money. That's just how the world works at this point, and that's how it will continue to work. Is it detrimental that he left? I think for some people it's setting a clear message. I still think that they're probably not going to be in too much trouble after this. You know, they've got their ladies that they are backing, and they're probably going to make them quite a bit of money. So I do find it interesting that he's leaving. If a couple of other people leaving, I think that might set a pretty even more clearer message, if it isn't clear already, to Twitch. We'll see what happens in the future, that it unfolds. But is Twitch going anywhere? Is this the end of Twitch because this one guy leaves? I don't think so. Absolutely not. I mean, just look at it if like PewDiePie, who's like one of the biggest solo YouTubers period, if he just left and went to a different platform. A lot of people, you know, like him and respect him and think he's hilarious and the second coming of Jesus. Like, what kind of message would that send to YouTube? But as far as YouTube goes, there's no place that's going to be able to do what YouTube does in any regard. But, you know, big up, maybe that'll help big up YouTube streaming. It's definitely going to bring up Mixer's whole whatever it is. I just found Mixer always very kind of odd and strange, but like I said, just don't subscribe to the streaming things. And I bet you it's even more kind of a bigger blow, because I think, like, I don't play Fortnite or anything like that, but I have, like, obviously there's ads of Fortnite everywhere you look. Apparently the new season, I think, is just starting or about to start, and he drops that when the new season starts, where I bet a bunch of these fucking Fortnite dancing kids are eager to see what Ninja's thoughts are on it. So that's probably going to bring a lot of traffic to Mixer's way as well. So anyway, that's about all I got on it. Twitch, you might need to start reevaluating some of your practices. That's all I can really say for you. Anyway, I'm out of here. Thanks for watching. Much obliged, and I will catch you over the next one. Later.